You know, this building here, with the marble that's in here and the architect and everything, it's a historical landmark. There's a lot of people that come from Canada, and as soon as they come off the freeway and the bridge, the first thing they see is this, you know. And then there's kids running through smashing shit, and they got to worry about, well, they might steal my camera, they might rob me, you know. They get worried and they leave. You know, that's the image they get. It's just like, you know, don't go to Detroit, you'll get shot, you know. But that's not how it really is.
My father and I came through this beautiful building in 1947 during World War II. I was a small child, and my father was a railroad person for 43 years for the Kansas, Texas, and Missouri. We would come to the station from Kansas City, Missouri, in style, beautiful train. But this building really brings tears to my eyes because I remember it in its heyday. My father worked for the Kansas, Texas, and Missouri Railroad for 43 years. His job for the railroad, when they had the old steam engines, he would sand them, he would water them, see what the engineer needed before it was pulled out, and then he went into working on diesel engines. He was more of a mechanic, and but he loved the railroad. It was his life. And he would come, we would ride from Kansas City, Missouri, to St. Louis, Missouri, to Detroit. We would sleep in upper berths, and I always remember pulling in the back here, and there were so many trains. But my father he was a railroad man all of his life, and he never retired. He died working. He just refused to let go. I remember how crowded it was. I remember the echo in this building. I remember how beautiful the glass was, and going out the front door. I recall these glass doors. I remember the front of the building across. There were just beautiful flowers. I remember the red caps, the train porters. I remember where you would come and go to enter to the Canadian Railroad.
I'm sure any company would love to be able to rehab this because they would make more money rehabbing it than demolishing it. But if you can't pull the money together, then it's got to go because it becomes a death trap. So I hope that something can be done for this building because it would be a crime to let it go. It's Tiger Stadium, all right? So, I mean, you think about that. Any time that, I mean, the big legends of baseball were in town, they came through here. Gehrig, DiMaggio, Ruth, all of them. Ty Cobb, Ty Cobb and, you know, the rest of the Tigers, they went through here. They went through here off to whatever games. So, I mean, you think about it. You just think about what kinds of people passed through here. I mean, they were all the big names in town because before cars, trains were it. I also was involved with the Hudson's demolition project. Hudson's, I didn't care one way or another. It could go or it could stay. The train station, I think it really should stay. But if it goes, I would like to be involved with the team that helps retire the building, kind of ease it into the history of the city. And I would like to be involved with that because what would you rather? Somebody who doesn't care anything about the building, demolishing it, or somebody that can respect it for what it was and what it has become, helping to ease it into retirement.
Okay, this was basically one of the waiting areas for when the people come off the tracks. You know, you're waiting for your cousin to come in or something. And they had little ticket windows. They had little gift shops and places where you could buy your books or cards for, you know, when you're traveling to read, little meals, stuff like that. You know, they had a lounge on each end for the men and women, because this place was built in the 1800s, you know, back when they had smoking rooms for the men, you know, when it wasn't polite to be in mixed company, you know. But, you know, the baggage area was at the one side here, you know. They had windows up in here where they could watch you without you knowing about it, you know, so they could see if there was any trouble or anything down here, you know. So, you know, the security was real good, you know. There was a shoe shine guy that used to work in here, and he's down at the Greyhound bus station now. He's about 70 years old. He's still shining shoes.